If you had the horns and those powers, what would you do?
I think it depends at what time of the night, where, and I mean, it's of course, it's a great, it's a great power, but it's also like a curse. You don't want to know everything. You don't want to know the truth about like what really people think. I'm not even sure I would like to know that every one of you in the room will, like think about the movie right now. It's kind of overwhelming. Kind of prefer not having them.
Yes.
I haven't read the book, so sorry for this really naive question, but it seemed like he was as pure as Marin, so why did he get the horns and why was he the devil?
He's exactly as pure as her, and he's like maybe with her like like the couple only good person in that whole story. But he basically couldn't find a way, so he cursed himself. He basically by breaking that statue and kind of like renouncing to everything he could believe in, he kind of asked for another kind of help. So it's really like a forced, more like a forced story and a forced deal. It's not necessarily the fact that he deserved to have the horns, but more the fact that he asked for them to find a way to revenge and find back his girlfriend. Someone told me it's like after watching the movie, it's like a flashback from like the Garden of Eden or from heaven, whatever. I thought it was a very interesting idea that like basically the whole movie is just that flashback before they got back together.
Yes, on the side there.
We had, I mean, like the book was really rich in a lot of signification. Like Ignatius means the one that's burning. Gideon is, the prophet with the trumpet. I mean, like there were like so many like level of meaning. So when we did the movie, we had to add more. We did some very fun stuff, like every license plate of each character cars in the movie are like a quote from the Bible related to their character. We had like like all the different alcohol have names of other demons, cigarettes, the Lucifer matches. I mean, like so many things that you have to freeze frame and look carefully. And indeed, like the devil tarot card is in the box underneath the letter. Yes.
There's a question on the side. Yes.
It was an interesting thing because like a traditional structure means that you will be like I have to find out who killed my girlfriend, and when I found the one, I can get revenge. But here it was also I have to find out why she broke up with me. So it was a kind of a double resolution somehow, which of course create a lot of like questioning of when we were writing the script and making the movie how to like deliver in the same time in both sides.
Oh, yes, the front here.
The movie has a lot of effects, and I was wondering what was your approach to doing the effects? Was it more traditional, so there was a lot of makeup and wires and so on, or did you use more technology involved? Yeah, I mean, I really, like when you make that kind of movie, you have, of course, the practical and the visual effect. And you could do everything practical, you can do everything, visual. I think the best way is always a mix of everything. I really believe in, and I'm doing this like since high tension, that like practical makeup is the best thing. But practical makeup with a little help of visual effect to clean it up, it's really better. Like it's just like a balance of things. So here, like all the horns are practical, the demon at the end is practical, but the lava blood kind of is a visual effect. Most of the snakes are practical. There is a lot of like CG ones as well. I mean, it's a really mix of everything, and I think that's how you find the best result is by combining all the techniques.
It's interesting for me as a programmer because oftentimes we see these films in a very rough form, and we're just trying to make sure that the story is good and everything works. And the snakes weren't there, but the real ones were. And unfortunately, Cameron Bailey has an aversion to snakes. So he let me watch this one. But that was fascinating. It's just because it is such a amalgamation of the practical and then enhancing later on to make it all seamless. And we have a final question. Yes, in the center there.
I think, I mean, you know, it's everyone has a different opinion, but my personal opinion is, you know, the result of who we are is that, you know, like permanent fight between, you know, like those bad ideas and the good ones, and you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing to be, you know, inside you have like that kind of permanent fight between, you know, good and evil.
All right, let's hear it for horns and Alexandre Aja.